A chilling 999 call from hysterical teenagers seeing a girl being kicked to death for being dressed as Goth was played to the jury yesterday. The sobbing 14-year-old girl begs for an ambulance as two of her friends are heard in the background trying to stop the horrific attack on Sophie Lancaster and her boyfriend Robert Maltby by a gang of youths in a park. The group had been talking to the couple when they turned into a pack of wild animals, kicking 21-year-old Mr. Maltby and stamping on his head. They then attacked Miss Lancaster, 20, as she cradled his head in her lap, Preston Crown Court heard. The 13-minute tape, punctuated by sobbing and crying, begins with the witness saying, "We need an ambulance at backup park. This moss has just been banged because he's a mosher." An unknown male voice can be heard shouting, "Oi, get the F off him now." Another voice says, "He's on the floor, man. He's practically effing dead." The girl caller adds, "His girlfriend is on the floor as well. They're still breathing, but they are full of blood. Please, just send an ambulance, quick. She's choking on her blood. Please, will you help us, quick?" Operator tells the girl to try and stem the blood with something, and she wraps t-shirts around their heads. She is then asked if this is stopping the bleeding. Girl: "Notice all over their hands, or coming out of their eyes, all out of their nose and everything. Please, just help us quick. Please, please. They're just laid there with blood all over their face. They can't even move. They just look like dummies." Miss Lancaster died 14 days later. A boy of 15 denies murder, and the case continues. This was on the front page of the Metro last week, and when I saw it I was shocked to the core that there were people in this world who could do something so brutal. It's wrong to kill, but to murder someone because of the choice of clothes or because of the music they listen to, there's not a word to describe how savage that is. How screwed up do you have to be to steal someone's life when you've only lived 15 years of yours? They're brave enough to be different and you can't handle it. Handle the fact that there are people in this world who want to be something, be someone. Someone who doesn't think like you, doesn't have to scare and intimidate people to get what they want. Is it not good that there are people in this world who want to express themselves through the clothes that they wear? Who are not hiding behind the frontier of normal because of what is socially acceptable? The world would be so boring, so robotic if we were all the same. How could you bear to live a life where nothing changes, everything is straight, simple, plain? But with sin comes security. If you're someone who will kill a Goth, then what are the chances that someone will kill you? They won't, because you don't have a weakness. You don't care of the grief, the suffering that you're causing, but you're living for yourself, and if there's something that you don't like, then tough, you don't show any mercy. And if that's who they are now, what are their children going to be like? Am I going to be slaughtered because of the colour of my eyes or the length of my fingernails? If this doesn't stop now, then history will repeat itself, like Hitler and his Aryan race, the loss of millions of life because they weren't who he wanted them to be. But it's not just about her death. He survived. He's woken up to the knowledge of his girlfriend murdered and knowing that there are people in the world who hate him so much that they want him dead. And he's got to live with that, live with the fear of it happening again. And I've been there, had the name calling, the food thrown, the rocks. And that's just when you're in school. Outside they can do whatever they like. Beat up your friends, you if they really feel like it. And what can you do? Campaign to the teachers? Oh yes, we'll keep an eye on them for you. We'll make sure it doesn't happen again. So where are they when they're causing her constant misery? When he gets smashed in the face? And you're sure everyone gets bullied. But when a young girl is murdered, can it really be brushed off as childish bullying? Something really has to change.